Snow fell softly over the mountains the morning everyone said she wouldn't survive another winter. Mara stood outside her small wooden cabin, breath visible in the icy air, watching four boys chase each other through the snow. Their laughter echoed through the trees, pure, careless, alive. It was a sound she had learned to protect with everything she had. People in the nearby town whispered about her. Too big. Too weak. Too poor. Too alone. But none of them knew what it took to keep four orphaned boys warm in a cabin that leaked cold through every crack. Mara had never planned to be a mother, certainly not to four. She had come to the mountains to disappear, carrying more shame than belongings, hoping the silence would quiet the voices that had followed her all her life. Instead, one stormy night, the mountains gave her a different purpose. She found the boys huddled near the old trail road, thin, shaking, terrified. Their parents had died in a mining accident weeks earlier. No relatives had come. No one wanted four mouths to feed. Except her. She remembered her hands trembling as she brought them inside. She remembered thinking, I can barely take care of myself. But when the smallest boy looked up and asked, can we stay till morning, something inside her cracked open. Morning came. Then another. Then years. Life in the cabin was never easy. Food was stretched thin. Winters were cruel. Mara's body ached from hauling firewood and mending roofs. Some days she collapsed into bed wondering if love alone could really keep people alive. But the boys grew strong. Eli, the oldest, became her quiet helper. Jonah asked endless questions about the world. Caleb laughed even on the coldest nights. And little Noah, he called her Mama before he ever learned her name. She taught them kindness before strength. Honesty before pride. And when townsfolk mocked her size or her situation, she taught them to walk with their heads high. People don't get to decide your worth, she told them. You do. One afternoon, while chopping wood, Mara noticed a figure watching from the tree lean. A man, tall, broad, bearded, dressed in worn mountain gear. He looked like part of the forest itself. His eyes were fixed on the boys as they played. Her heart tightened. Strangers didn't come this deep into the mountains by accident. That night, she barely slept. The man returned the next day. This time, he stepped closer. I don't mean trouble, he said, voice rough but controlled. I've been tracking something, and I think I found it. Mara stood between him and the cabin door. You need to leave. His gaze softened as the boys peeked out behind her. How long have they been here? He asked quietly. Long enough, she replied. Silence stretched between them, heavy as snow-laden branches. Then the man swallowed hard. They have a scar, he said, pointing gently. All four. On their left shoulders. Mara froze. Her mind raced. Slowly, she turned. She had stitched those scars herself years ago after a bad fall near the river. How do you know that? She whispered. The mountain man's voice broke. Because I've been looking for them for 6 years. He told her everything. His brother had moved his family into the mountains for work. A storm, a cave-in, then silence. Search parties gave up. The world moved on, but he never did. He searched every trail, every cabin, every rumor. Tears streamed down his weathered face. They're my lost nephews. The boys stared, confused, afraid. Mara felt her chest cave in. This was it, the moment she had feared and prayed would never come. The truth had found them. That night, she sat alone on the cabin steps while the man spoke gently with the boys inside. Snow gathered on her shoulders, unnoticed. She had always known they weren't truly hers. But love doesn't ask permission. At dawn, she packed their clothes with shaking hands. When the boys realized what was happening, Noah clung to her dress, sobbing. Please don't leave us. Mara knelt despite the pain in her knees and pulled them close. You were never abandoned, she said through tears. You were loved so hard that the world couldn't break you. The mountain man approached slowly. I can never repay you, he said. You gave them life when I couldn't. Mara looked at him, eyes steady. Then promise me something, she said. Raise them to be kind. Not just strong. He nodded, overcome. As they walked away together, the boys turned back one last time. Mama! Eli shouted. We'll come back. Mara waved until they disappeared into the trees. The cabin felt unbearably quiet. Weeks passed. Then months. One spring morning, a knock echoed on the cabin door. Mara opened it to find the mountain man. And 4 familiar faces, taller now, brighter, stronger. We kept our promise, he said. And we made another. He handed her a letter, adoption papers. They chose you. The boys ran into her arms. That day, Mara learned something the mountains had been trying to teach her all along. Family isn't defined by blood. Strength isn't measured by size. And love, real love, always finds its way home.